It's looking right at me. Whoa.
What people call them depends on who you ask. Some swear they are cryptids hiding beyond human reach. Others call them glitches in nature, creatures that were never meant to be seen. But across forests, oceans, caves, and even quiet neighborhoods, cameras keep capturing figures that do not match anything science has recorded. Winged beasts, pale humanoids, and deep-sea entities moving with eerie awareness. The question is no longer whether these creatures exist. The real question is, what if you are the one who records the next creature we end up uploading?
That a moth? That can't be no moth. You see the wing?
Inside a sealed facility, something with wings far too massive for the room kept slamming against metal barriers. What appears on screen looks like a giant bat, trapped and desperately trying to break free as it forces its body against walls and structures that seem too small to hold it. Its movements feel urgent, almost intelligent, as if it understands captivity. Viewers have seen similar footage before, and that repetition makes this moment unsettling. If creatures like this keep appearing in separate recordings, what does that suggest about how many may exist beyond our view? The struggle for freedom here feels real, raw, and strangely aware. A quiet backyard suddenly turns into a chaotic battleground as security footage captures a bizarre encounter. Two dogs are seen barking and lunging at a human-like figure with slender arms and legs, a hunched back, and unsettling sounds echoing through the night. The figure moves awkwardly, unstable yet strangely resilient, until one of the dogs overpowers it, forcing it to the ground. The creature lies nearly lifeless as the dog suddenly jumps over the fence and disappears from view. What remains is an unresolved image, a motionless form on the ground, and no clear explanation of what happened next. Whether staged or genuine, the footage leaves viewers uneasy, caught between instinct, violence, and the unknown. Deep within a forest where light barely touches the ground, a camera catches something that feels lifted from ancient mythology. The creature has the body of a lion but the head and wings of an eagle, standing still as if listening to a distant sound before letting out a low growl. Its wings unfold slowly, powerful and controlled, before it lifts away almost as if it was going towards the sound. The footage is brief but unforgettable. Encounters like this blur the line between folklore and reality, forcing viewers to reconsider what might still exist in remote wilderness. Is it simply imagination fueled by shadows, or something that has always avoided human attention? A dimly lit camera captures a tall, unnaturally elongated figure moving with an unsettling calm through an open space. Its grayish-white skin and thin limbs stretch in proportions that do not match any familiar anatomy, and its small head with long ears tilts slightly as it walks upright with a hunched posture. It does not rush or attack, yet its movement feels deeply off, as if it exists outside normal motion. From my perspective, the discomfort comes not from aggression, but from how calmly it exists. The absence of panic or urgency makes the presence feel deliberate, and that quiet confidence is what truly disturbs. In a clip that feels almost dreamlike, a pale creature with an elongated head moves slowly across the frame. Its body appears furry and grayish-white, yet its face lacks visible features, leaving only an empty impression where expression should be. Walking on three legs with an oddly shaped hand swinging loosely, it advances without hesitation. People often assume such footage must be fabricated, but repeated appearances of similar forms keep the debate alive. Some believe these are undiscovered animals adapting to hidden environments. Others argue they are elaborate creations for attention. Either way, its faceless movement lingers in the mind long after the video ends. A man recording what seems like a quiet moment suddenly captures something reptilian and dog-like emerging into view.
What the hell is that? Easy, easy. Oh my God, it's looking right at me. Whoa!
The creature has long, thin limbs, glowing eyes, and spines running along its back. It moves cautiously for a brief moment before suddenly darting away, vanishing from sight. Its sounds resemble a dog's, but carry a deeper, unfamiliar tone that echoes in the background. What stands out most is how quickly it reacts once noticed. Rather than attacking or lingering, it flees instantly, as if aware it had been seen. That sudden retreat raises questions. Was it simply avoiding danger, or did it understand the presence of the camera far better than we realize? A tense moment unfolds when a lean, pale dog-like creature encounters a real dog already on alert.
Bismillah, Bismillah.
The creature's elongated limbs and lanky posture give it an unnatural advantage at first, pushing forward with surprising strength. The dog refuses to back down, eventually locking onto its neck and forcing a brief but intense struggle before the clip abruptly ends. There is no clear resolution, only a lingering sense of confrontation between two worlds. Viewers are left wondering what happened seconds later. Did one retreat into darkness, or did the conflict continue beyond the camera's reach where no one could witness the outcome? Within a cave where shallow water reflects dim light, three strange figures gather around what appears to be a flute. Their grayish-white, wrinkled skin gives them an ancient presence, with large noses and eyes that appear hidden or absent. Each produces sound from a flute-like instrument, and while their movements are uneven and unsynchronized, the tones they create blend together in unexpected harmony. The contrast is unsettling, disjointed bodies producing unified sound. Observers online have described the scene as ritualistic rather than random, suggesting the harmony may be intentional even if the motion is not. Whatever was happening in that cave felt deliberate, organized through sound rather than movement. Standing motionless in darkness, a tall, slender humanoid figure with parrot-like head proportions emerges into view. Its body appears entirely black, absorbing surrounding light as it remains still before producing an unusual sound. The noise echoes briefly, then the figure calms, almost as if aware of being observed. Critics across online forums argue that such clips blur the boundary between costume and unexplained sighting. Others believe the stillness suggests authenticity because staged moments rarely maintain that level of composure. The calmness after the sound only deepens the mystery, leaving viewers divided over whether they witnessed performance or something quietly real. In a barren desert landscape, something massive was found on the hot desert sand. A worm-like creature with a wide mouth and rows of small, sharp teeth rests motionless at first, its body partially visible against the empty terrain. It produces a low, unsettling sound before slowly sinking beneath the sand, disappearing as if it never existed. What makes this moment so striking is the lack of context. There's no explanation for how it arrived, only its presence, followed by its vanishing. That sudden absence leaves viewers questioning whether it was ever meant to be seen at all. Beneath dark waters, an unidentified aquatic being glides slowly into view with an almost hypnotic motion. Its body resembles a large eel, but with 4 turtle-like fins and a fish-like tail, while its head combines crocodile features with dolphin-like eyes. The smooth, slimy texture reflects light as it moves calmly through the water. The design feels too complex to fit any known category, blending familiar traits into something entirely unfamiliar. Viewers are left studying each frame, trying to connect it to known species. Instead of answers, they find only more questions about what might still live in unexplored depths. A group of people gather around something resting quietly on the ground, and the camera reveals a giant moth unlike anything seen before.
Hey, look at this thing, man. 5 foot across, I swear. It's stuck right up this cloud wall. That a moth? That can't be no moth. You see the wing?
That thing big like a kite.
Don't let it loose. Hear that, huh?
Its broad wings, thick furry body, and long antennae create an overwhelming presence as someone reaches out to touch it while another warns against moving it. Dark tones of brown, gray, and black blend across its wings, with eye-like patterns staring outward. Many observers online believe such size cannot exist naturally, yet others insist undiscovered species remain possible. The hesitation from those present suggests uncertainty and respect, as if they sense they were standing before something that should not be disturbed. A fixed camera records a goat-shaped figure standing near a dark opening as if guarding or performing something unknown. It stands upright on human-like legs, curved horns rising from its head, and hands resembling those of a person rather than an animal. Draped in what appears to be a white sackcloth, the figure remains still in front of the hole. Some viewers describe the scene as ritualistic, believing the posture and clothing suggest intention rather than coincidence. Others dismiss it entirely. Regardless of interpretation, the stillness and positioning make the moment feel deliberate and strangely ceremonial. A monstrous form steps into view, combining features that feel impossible to reconcile. It has the head of a rat crowned with 3 horns and the massive body of a hippopotamus. Along its back, bone-like spikes protrude from its spine, rising in a jagged line rather than covering its entire body. The creature faces the camera directly, holding its gaze as if aware of being watched. It doesn't flee or hide. It simply observes. That steady eye contact transforms the moment from a strange sighting into something more unsettling, a silent confrontation between viewer and subject. A flashlight beam cuts through darkness inside a shadowy garage, revealing a black bird standing in a deeply unsettling posture. Its appearance carries strong raven-like features, yet also hints of something more primate in its stance and gaze. The intense eyes reflect the light with a sharp focus that feels almost intentional. Many who have watched the clip say the creature's posture alone makes it unforgettable. Others suggest lighting and angles create illusions. Still, the combination of bird and almost human positioning continues to spark debate about whether this was simply an odd animal or something harder to classify. A woman recording casually suddenly notices a small scarecrow-shaped figure moving toward her. The being resembles a tiny human child made entirely of straw, walking slowly before collapsing to the ground as if lifeless. Her startled reaction echoes as she struggles to process what she has just seen. I interpret this moment as deeply symbolic, whether real or staged, because it taps into familiar childhood imagery twisted into something unsettling. The sudden fall without explanation creates an eerie silence. Was it a living presence losing strength, or an object animated only for a moment before returning to stillness? A dark figure emerges into frame, almost human but with features that quickly unsettle the viewer. Its black, hairy body, large head, and bright red eyes stand out immediately, while bat-like wings and clawed fingers add to its intimidating presence. As it walks toward the camera and stops to stare directly forward, the tension becomes almost unbearable. Viewers online often debate whether this is a carefully crafted costume or something unexplained. The unwavering gaze and slow movement create a sense of deliberate awareness. When something looks directly into the lens like that, it feels less like footage and more like an encounter. A barn security camera quietly records an unexpected visitor moving through the structure at night. The creature has a dog-like face, but a tall, slender body that appears malnourished, with bones visibly outlined beneath its surface. Walking on four thin legs with a hunched back, it strolls through the barn as if familiar with the space. People who have watched the clip often remark on how comfortable it seems inside an area meant for livestock. That calm movement raises questions about whether this was a first visit or a routine one. If it has been there before, how often has it passed unnoticed? In the middle of a cornfield, a group of people film a towering figure that blends almost too well with its surroundings. The brownish creature resembles a giant insect with human-like hands and legs, scales across its body, and a spike running down its back. Its gorilla-like face turns toward the camera before it moves as if startled by the attention. The way it blends with the crops suggests it may rely on stillness for concealment. Moments like this leave viewers wondering how many such forms might stand unnoticed in open fields. Far below the surface in the Mariana Trench, cameras capture several octopus-like creatures behaving in ways that feel almost unreal. Each one displays unusual features, from human-like eyes to multiple tentacles and shifting shapes that resemble defensive transformations. One reveals a long mouth filled with sharp teeth, while another changes into a one-eyed form before opening a fang-lined mouth. Others expand their eyes or conceal their bodies entirely until approached. From my perspective, the shared ability to alter appearance suggests complex survival behavior. If these creatures can transform so effectively in darkness, what else might exist in depths we rarely explore? Some creatures vanish when the camera stops rolling, others don't. So today, keep your eyes open, your lens ready, and your mind even sharper, because the next unexplained sighting might not happen somewhere far away. It might happen where you least expect, and when it does, make sure you're recording.